Hey guys, so keep seeing questions come up in the Discord around what are timeshards. And so I thought I'd make a video explaining everything about them. So to start off, what are timeshards? Timeshards are the current chapter ticket. Each chapter lasts about 3 months, and each chapter has a specific currency around it called the chapter ticket. This chapter happens to be timeshards. I can open my inventory and show you some of the old ones. So here are the current chapter tickets, timeshards. Amber Fossils was a previous one, Dawnbreaker tickets, horseshoes, etc., etc. So next question is, how do you get timeshards, or how do you get chapter tickets? Well, there's 4 main ways currently of getting them. There are animal bounties, which can be found in the barn. If you scroll to the bottom, here are the timeshard bounties or ticket bounties. Or in the hen house. Once again, same idea, just chickens versus cows and sheep. There are flower bounties. If I go to the plaza and come over to Poppy, every week she'll be requesting 3 different flowers that can be traded to her for tickets. I've completed those already. There's Bert up here in the top right. Every 3-ish days, he will ask to see a different item, and if you have that item, he will give you tickets. You don't actually have to trade him the item, you just have to show it to him. Then there are also the main 2 ways, which are deliveries and chores. So currently there are 11 NPCs which give you chapter tickets. These can be completed daily. And there are 21 weekly chores which can be completed, and these will also give you timeshards or tickets every week. So then the next question is, how do you spend tickets? There are 2 main ways to spend tickets. The first being over here at Stella. There are different tiers of items, and you have to buy a certain amount of items from each tier to move up to the next tier. And another thing you'll notice is that in each chapter there are these boost items that give you increased time shards or increased tickets. These will only apply to the current chapter you're in. So we're currently in this chapter that gives time shards, and this chapter lasts from February till April. So at the end of April or beginning of May, there'll be a new chapter, and once that chapter starts, these items which give you bonus time shards will no longer work. They'll still be able to be cosmetics on your farm, but they will no longer give you any bonuses. Then the other way to spend tickets are in the auctions. So if you scroll down to the bottom here, you'll see all these items that can be purchased for the auction in an auction. So actually, since we're in the plaza, we can go over to the auctioneer and we could talk to him. You can see all the different items here, which will be available for time shards in a week or two. These usually tend to go to the top 500 players or top X number of players based on how many items are available currently. Like I said, there's about 500, so it'll go to about the top 500 people, give or take. And then let's say you don't spend all your chapter tickets. What can you do with them? The answer is not much. You can come over to the retreat and come over to the top left corner and trade them to Garbo, but he gives you a very small amount of coins for each chapter ticket. If you see one of the previous chapters, he only gives you 0.1 coin per ticket. So make sure to use them up before the chapter ends. There are a bunch of good things you can get. You can get some small amount of boosts here if you don't have many tickets, or the mammoth here. You want to ideally be going for the mega items. Is usually a very good item, but if you have any leftover tickets, you could spend them on keys here. Those are good things to use them. And then my advice, if you're a new player, is to actually just ignore the chapter tickets. They're quite expensive to accumulate, and unless you're going to get the mega item or an auction item, then you're often better off just selling the resources you would be using towards getting tickets, and then just building up your farm, buying items from other players, etc., etc. It's very expensive to get these mega items or the auction items, just because you have to complete almost every delivery and every chore. Not literally everyone. You could probably skip a few here or there, but you have to do the huge majority, and it's almost like an all or nothing thing. If you don't get all of the tickets or almost all the tickets, you're probably better off just ignoring them and leveling up, expanding your farm, selling some resources, and then like buying some boosts that you want. Anyways, that's it for now. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below or find me streaming on Twitch and I'll answer them there. Have a good day.